What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Unboxing It. And today we're going to be talking about the 2018 iPad Pro. We're also going to be talking about the rumors and which ones are actually true. So, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is when Apple will probably release this year's iPad. So no one really knows this, but it is expected to be released around June. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is Face ID being on an iPad. So obviously, if Apple does decide to add Face ID to this year's iPad, that definitely means that they're going to be saying bye-bye to the home button. Now, one thing I am concerned though is, I don't know about you, but I personally use my iPad horizontally, but I just wonder how Face ID will function when it's sideways. I also wanted to mention the design and form factor of this year's iPad. Now, most people think it'll be following the footsteps of the iPhone X and get that all bezel-less design going, which I personally would love. Now, one thing that a lot of people are getting confused about though is if it'll even have a notch. Part of that is because they gave the iPhone X a notch on part because for a phone or device that size, which is so small, they need to have as much screen space as they possibly can. But that's not the case for an iPad, because an iPad is such a huge device. So I think that it'll be way better if Apple just puts all the Face ID sensors and the selfie camera and all of that inside of a very small and thin bezel at the top. Okay, so I also wanted to talk about how much this year's iPad will probably cost. So there hasn't really been any leak or rumor of the pricing that I know of. This is just me looking back in the past and seeing how much it'll probably be costed and all that. Now, I am guessing that it'll most likely be costed around $800 all the way up to $1,000. Now, this is something that people aren't quite sure about, and that would be the naming of this year's 2018 iPad. So most people are just referring it to the iPad 10 or the iPad X. Now, the funny thing is, if they named it the iPad 10, it technically would be the 10th iPad. But there is one catch though. That's if they don't include the iPad mini lineup. Because if they did decide to include the iPad mini lineup, then it would be the 13th iPad. Now, I also wanted to mention that if you're at all interested in where I got some of my information to make this video, or any of that, I will definitely be linking down in the description below a couple of the people that I got my information from. Alright, hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys ever have any cool product ideas you'd like me to check out here on this channel, then definitely don't forget to drop it down in the comment section down below. And like always, make sure to comment, share, and subscribe below. And I'll see you next one. Peace out.